Oh, he's calling right now. Hello?
¿Qué pasa, amigo?
I mean, you tell me.
Well, I'm moving back into the Delbra house, the halfway house in Grapeseed.
You're moving back in there. Why?
I just want to have a place to get away from everyone in the city.
And do you think that place where we're absolutely watched by everyone and everything is a good place to move to?
Well, I don't think it's a bad thing to be near someone like Delbert.
Why?
Senor, do you know anything about the orb?
Yes, we talked about the orb. Yeah. The fucking guild shit, yes.
Delbert has possession of one.
Hey, Len, can you hear me?
What does that mean, though?
Do you used to be in Cyprus. Are you still in Cyprus?
It's a very intricate question nowadays, but yeah.
Are you aware that the people in Cyprus doing work for you know who's?
Well, who? Yes, I think. But it really depends who.
I believe the south of Cyprus is in very close contact with this organization.
Okay, who?
Not I believe, I know for a fucking fact.
Nico, you gotta start being specific, brother.
I don't want to be on the fucking phone saying this, even though it's a payphone.
I mean, can you meet in person?
Sí. Ping me a location.
What's your number?
It's 88.
Alright.
Okay, I see you soon.
See you soon.
The Guilders in their house in Palito. They have this strange contraption. It's like a crystal ball. It is an orb. We have visited this orb 2 days in a row.
I hope CJ can at least hear what we're talking
because
about.
There is one similar to it. On an island in a place called
She's not
Purgatory.
bored. This is the part I really just lose everything that we're talking about.
Okay, I know it sounds fucking stupid.
Well, it's not that it sounds stupid. Okay, it does sound very fucking stupid, but I am very familiar with the stupidity. The problem that I just can't wrap my fucking head around is how does this come into the picture at all? How is the guild all of a sudden potentially involved in any of this?
Is the guild not loyal to you?
That is a very loaded question, but fuck it. Why do you ask that?
Because yesterday, the orb started speaking. And it was the sound of the faceless. And they were talking about Edgar killing Skipper Jones. And Bjorn and Delbert were there and they heard it.
Bjorn and Delbert were there. Where? In the orb or with you?
Myself and Delbert and Bjorn were in the living room. And we're standing there by the orb. Okay, we're trying to get it to talk. We're trying to listen in. The thing catches on fire and then we start hearing voices coming from it. It's like a fucking telephone. Okay, it's like a means of communication. One of these orbs, the faceless have. They have it in their casa, in their secret lair. They're connected somehow. So the one that the Guilders have is connected to the one the faceless have. And I believe anything spoken in front of the Guilder one, the faceless can hear. And the one spoken in the faceless one, the Guilders can hear. We were standing by the one the Guilders had in their house. Me, Delver, and Bjorn. And then I started hearing the faceless speaking through it. They were talking about Edgar and Skipper Jones. To like kill Skipper Jones.
How do you feel about doing that?
They also mentioned the name of Amanda and Christopher that they are looking for. Does those names ring a bell to you?
Amanda and Christopher. Not really. Why?
Like I said, amigo, we're standing there in the living room. This fucking orb starts swirling. And then I hear the voice of the Blue Man. I hear the voice of Blue Man and one of his associates called Charlie. And they start talking about Edgar, like, being the right person to terminate Skipper Jones. And I know Skipper Jones is in your crew. Or he's someone I believe that is loyal to you. They then go on to speak about Amanda and Christopher, someone that they must seek out.
When is your meeting with them?
It was supposed to happen after my court case, but because my court case is delayed, I think we're gonna go ahead and meet, if not tomorrow, then in a few days. I'm not sure. They keep like dangling it over my head.
Why is your court case delayed?
My lawyer is like putting things into question, challenging certain warrants, so they keep delaying it now. They're gonna have like a hearing in between a hearing in between a hearing.
What? How did you end up in a house with Delver and Bjorn?
When I was stuck in that place in Purgatory, there was a fucking orb. I was standing in front of it for hours, and one day I started talking. I heard Bjorn talking, and I heard Jaeger talking, and I heard them talking about a man named Lando. This is like a month ago. Okay, so I just assumed that they had one of these orbs. Once my house arrest was over, I told Delver I want to go to his casa to see this thing that I know he has. So he's allowed me the last 2 days to go and talk to it. I'm going to go today again, in like 2 hours.
Where's this house?
It's in Palido.
You trust Delver, the guild? What is your opinion on them?
I think he's very sneaky. I think he's very smart.
Who specifically?
Delver.
Me too.
I like the guy. However,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
no, but like, listen, he's not devoted to me in any way. Like, he owes me nothing, and his family is gonna come first.
I am kind of listen, everything that happened at that fucking house. One, I guess, variable I never thought about was Delver. And now I'm thinking about it all. And okay. When I first came back to Los Angeles a while ago, this is years ago, not recently, but years ago, I was going to reopen this restaurant. I had a couple business partners who were involved. We needed employees. And that is when we ran into the guild prior, and we thought there'd be a good fit at the time. Because of their fucking roleplay shit they fucking do. They fucking play characters and shit, and we were gonna fucking do a whole theme thing in here, whatever the fuck. Regardless, that's how we met them. We grew very close. And I brought them in on a lot. And, well, to make the long story short, every single one of them betrayed me. Except for my son.
The Guilders betray you?
Yeah. We had a...
Did they betray you or the thing in you?
Both. CJ's freaking. I already know she's freaking.
When I was talking to Delver, I was trying to figure out where they got this orb from, how it came to their possession, this powerful thing. And he told me that how he entered the Guilders and that he had swore an oath in service to Stormlord, he said.
So you're very clearly talking to Delver about this shit.
No. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck he got his orb from. Because I want to like be there every fucking day.
I need to understand how involved they seem to be. Bjorn, Lando, these guys you've mentioned. They've been around. Have you seen them? Have you spoken to them about any of this?
About what specifically? About like,
everything, anything related to anything regarding
okay,
this.
look, well, not regarding you at all, but regarding their orb. Man, I'm desperately trying to fucking free my guy Freg, okay? He's stuck there. I literally cannot like focus on anything else until this poor bastard is like free because he's not supposed to be there. Now, I'm trying to communicate with him using this fucking orb that the Guilders have. So I've been like getting close to them, and I like Delver, but beyond just talking to Freg in Purgatory, nothing else. Now today when I was saying like, how'd you get this thing? Where did it come from? Whose is it originally? That's when he started telling me about his history with the Guilders. He told me that he swore an oath to this thing called Stormlord. Now I didn't tell him that I ever heard this before. He just shared it nonchalantly with me. So when you say he betrayed you, I immediately thought to myself, why would he betray you? Because he just told me 5 minutes ago that he swore an oath to Stormlord. But he said he never met it before, never met this Stormlord. Only that it was like a religion they were following.
Okay. Truth be told, Delver was kind of always on the outside. He was never really brought into what was actually going on. And during the height of everything, we did open up a church. And we pretty much, built this religion around this whole thing. And the guild specifically. Now, a lot of things happened. Okay, it's a whole shit show. But towards the end of it all, there was so much chaos and things just falling apart that a lot of them broke. And the hate quickly grew and festered inside of all of them. It's truthfully one of the reasons why I even was so reluctant to come back to Los Santos. And the only reason I convinced myself to come back is because I thought, well, I convinced myself I wasn't going to do anything about what they'd done. It's been long enough. It's buried in the past. I don't care to rehash it. Reality is, this moment here is inevitable.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't think they're being brought up in this situation randomly. I think it's leading to an outcome I don't know I'm ready for. And they could be involved in the same reasons you're involved, to try to get information on what's going on here.
You think they're trying to dig into you and like your business?
I mean, they could be. Well, why else would they be fucking involved in this?
But who would they be serving in this case?
I don't know.
On who's like behest?
I don't know. But truthfully, I don't know. I haven't seen them in years. Any of them in years.
My plan for today is in 3 hours. I'm going to call Delver and go to his casa. I'm going to go to that orb and see if I can get it to work again. I'm going to see if my amigo, who's on the other side, can hear me. I'm also wondering if we will hear anything again from the Faceless, who also have one of these. Because Lang, if the Faceless have these connected and they are unaware that we can hear them, do you understand what that means?
I do. I think you also need to really, really understand that the guild, I don't know if powerful is a necessary word here, but there's way more to them than they appear to be. This isn't coincidence, them being involved. Whether or not it's to the Faceless, to themselves, to some other entity we never heard of, it doesn't matter. This is not a coincidence. They're
Do
not
you
just,
think it-
nonchalantly helping you because you asked, or, oh yeah, I have an orb at my house. You need to be very careful, Edgar. And if we are to establish some sort of allegiance in the future or whatever the fuck, working with the guild and trusting them could get in the way of all that.
Well, my working with them again is strictly limited to my friend.
I understand, and I'm not telling you what to fucking do. All right, you are smart enough to understand what lines not to cross. It's just simply a warning with the guild. Again, I didn't think much of Delver when I was at the house arrest, but the more I think about it, it was strange. Bjorn being there was also strange, and now this orb is all of a sudden in the mix. It's the timing of everything now is just tripping me out.
Do you have an orb yourself?
No,
Is there any way to wrestle the orb out of their hands and move it into your possession?
I haven't spoken to these people in years, Edgar. The
But
last
it's
conversation
impossible.
I had, I threatened I was going to kill all of them when I see them.
Lan, currently, you have every gang in the city loyal to the Faceless.
I know.
There was a meeting 3 days ago where one of my guys, Ye Hobbs, went to a meeting and there was like 4 or 5 other gangs there being given missions to do. Clark Mason was there as well. Every crew in the city, even Hades, who they were in conflict with, are now like loyal to them. They have all set their eyes on you. They want you and they want answers. They know the only way to get these answers is not by force, so they're employing different means as well. But they are getting prepared for something fucking big. Currently, I don't know if they are aware, we were able to hear them talk without them knowing in the Gilder house. They were speaking of members in your crew. They were talking about Skipper Jones. They were talking about Amanda. They were talking about Christopher.
Who the fuck is Amanda?
Whatever there is that is being planned, amigo, you need somehow to like acquire this fucking crystal ball to have it in your possession. What if there is something said in it tomorrow about you and your future? They have spoken my name already once,
But Survivor's are like super canon, really.
and the only one that has it currently is the Guilders.
Like, I look at Survivor like a filler thing. Obviously, it affects Lang a little bit, but, you know. There is no reality that I can get my hands on this orb myself. Well, not one I can think of right now, anyways. The truth of the matter is, it sounds like you are the best bet of getting that thing.
Ay, amigo, I've done like some heists before. I fucking, like stolen weapons, even intercepted a nuclear missile. But what we're talking about here is a little bit above my level.
Look. If you really believe in the power of this fucking orb, you have to come up with a way of fucking extracting that. I mean, the reality is you can just keep using it. Just keep working with Delvar. I mean, he doesn't suspect you of anything, right?
No, he thinks I'm just a guy who's like obsessed with, getting my friend back. Talking to him.
So just be that guy.
It is very important that the Faceless do not understand that, like, we can hear them. Because tomorrow they might utter something in that fucking ball, in front of that ball, unbeknownst. And it may involve you. The problem is, if your name ever come up in there as Skipper Jones, as they've heard the name Skipper Jones, Delver heard that. If tomorrow they say something else that involves you, that's even more important. Like,
how many people know that you remember Purgatory now?
I think the secret is out, amigo.
Yeah, I was told yesterday.
By whom?
Fucking Bon, or whoever the fuck he is now.
By Bobby?
Yeah.
Bobby came to you and told you that?
Yeah, he did.
Why?
I don't know. He was very upset with you. Says he does not trust you anymore.
I shot his ass last night.
Well, that's
I
probably
thought
why
he-
he doesn't trust you anymore.
I thought he was dead.
Very much alive.
When did he told you this earlier in the day, like around now?
No. This was maybe 4 hours from now. I was around late last night. Doing my community service.
I don't trust him one bit. He used to be a friend of mine, but I haven't trusted him since that halfway house that we were staying at.
Well, I mean,
Now,
I
here's
don't know
what's-
the guy, but yeah, he just approached me, said he wanted to talk. I mean, I haven't spoken to Bobby ever. I've only known him as Bon Bon. That's how very little we spoke. I didn't even know the fucking guy was Australian.
What the fuck? That is really weird that he will come seek you out of all people.
Well, I was there with CJ, and yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh, this guy wants to talk to you. Okay, well, what's going on? And then he mentioned a bunch of shit, and being very upset at you, said he didn't trust you anymore, and that you remembered everything about purgatory.
What's really interesting, like, why the fuck would he seek you out to tell you? Like, what do you?
Well,
what would that even? What the fuck is the reason for that?
Well, I mean, listen, the web is so... This web is everywhere now, because he was wrapped up in some shit with fucking pestilence and getting a cure for the fucking plague, and I was supposed to help, and he was one of the names that was involved in it. It seems like it's just wrapped up in so many fucking different conspiracies now. I don't know who to trust anymore.
I don't trust Bobby whatsoever.
I have two people on my fucking list I trust, Edgar, and that's my problem with you. You trust too easily. Or at least you like to appear that you trust too easily.
Bingo. But listen, I know how to keep things close to my chest, amigo. The stuff that I like to appear that I'm trusting. But things that are of great importance, I have not told anyone.
All right. Just be careful what you fucking tell this guild. Delver, Bjorn, anybody. And if you fucking see Lando, you let me know. Please.
Okay. I will let you know. I cannot believe it. I just need a moment to like digest the fact that Bobby came to you, of all people.
I know he wanted to speak to me one time before. I forgot about what. But yeah, I mean, the only other times that his name was really brought up was I was supposed to help. It was a very strange list. It was him, Marlowe, and James Kelly, or some shit. I don't know. It was a whole thing that just never I never got around to even exploring because immediately after that, that's when the shit went down.
Now, here's what's crazy. This is why I talked to Delver this morning. Delver and
CJ.
Bjorn obviously had to know that I remember because I'm trying to talk to Fred.
stuck.
But I told them not to reveal to anyone. After we left, a few hours later, Bobby Beldrum called me like, why did you lie to me? You know everything, you remember everything, and we got into an argument. But my question was, how the fuck did he find out? When I went and told Delver, did you tell Bobby about like me being at the house? He said he didn't say a shit. But somebody's talking.
Is Delver just way more fucking involved? Man, I'm even surprised this guy was in this, even owned that house. Or was a landlord or whatever the fuck. I didn't even know this guy was even operating the city. And now I'm wondering why.